Welcome to Mother Cluckers. My name is Debbie, and today I'm going to talk about how chickens roost at night, how they develop close friendships, and how their morning routine is. As the first hint of morning light appears, the automatic coop door gets ready to open. It's a routine the flock knows well even before it happens. Just before the door opens, the chickens start to stir. They become more chatty, clucking softly to one another, shifting their positions and moving closer to the door. It's almost as if they have an internal clock sensing that it's nearly time to start their day. Some might even hop down from the roost in anticipation, waiting for that first moment of fresh air. How do they know? Chickens are incredibly in tune with their environment. They recognize small changes in light, sounds from the motor of the door, and even the shift in energy from their flock mates. At the end of the day, as the sun starts to set, chickens naturally begin their evening routine. It's not just about finding a place to sleep. It's a whole process, a ritual that shows just how social and connected they are. Chickens don't just randomly pick a spot on the roost. They have their preferred places and, most importantly, their favorite flock mates to sleep next to. If you watch them closely, you'll notice that as dusk approaches, they start moving toward the coop in a slow but determined way. Some may linger outside, pecking at the ground for a last-minute snack, while others head straight for their usual roosting spot. This is when you can really see their friendships in action. Certain chickens will always roost next to the same flock mates. These are their trusted companions, the ones they feel safest with. You might see them nudge their friend into place, almost like tucking them in for the night. Sometimes they'll softly cluck to one another as they settle down, reassuring each other that everything is okay. This isn't just a coincidence. Chickens form strong social bonds, and nighttime is when these bonds become the most obvious. Now, the pecking order plays a big role in this whole process. Higher-ranking birds get the best spots, usually higher up on the roost where it's safest. Lower-ranking birds often take the edges or lower perches even within this hierarchy. Friendships override strict pecking order rules. A lower-ranking chicken may still get a prime roosting spot simply because they are a favorite of a higher-ranking hen. Once they are on the roost, there's a lot of shuffling around. They may fluff up their feathers, adjust their footing, or even hop down and get back up again to find the perfect position. You might see one gently peck another, not aggressively, just as a way to say, move over a little. Others will stretch out a wing and tuck it around their friend, almost like a hug. It's also common for bonded chickens to rest their heads against each other or even intertwine their necks slightly. This serves two purposes: warmth and security. Chickens instinctively know that there's safety in numbers, and when they sleep close together, they are more protected from predators and the elements. Even though they're inside a secure coop, these natural instincts don't go away. You may also notice that some chickens get restless if their best friend isn't nearby. If one hen is running late or got distracted outside, her roosting buddy might hesitate to settle down until she arrives. When she finally jumps up on the roost, there's often a little excited shuffle, a quick cluck, and then they nestle in together. Another interesting thing about nighttime is that chickens have very poor night vision. Once they're settled and it gets completely dark, they won't move much at all. That's why they take their time to get into the perfect spot before the last bit of daylight fades. They know that once they're in place, they're staying there until morning. If you have little chicks, you'll notice that they don't follow the others. Instead of heading to the roost like the rest of the flock, they often huddle together on the ground, completely unaware of what they're supposed to do. Chicks don't instinctively know to roost at night because in the early weeks of life, their focus is on staying warm and safe, not perching. In nature, a mother hen would gather her chicks under her wings, keeping them snug and secure on the ground. Without a mother hen to guide them, they rely on their instincts, which tell them to huddle in a pile rather than seek out a high perch. Another reason they don't immediately take to roosting is that their balance and coordination aren't fully developed yet. Roosting requires strong legs, the ability to grip a perch, and the confidence to hop up onto something elevated. For the first few weeks of their lives, chicks are still building these skills. They need time to grow before they can safely navigate the perches in the coop. So when do they figure it out? Typically around 6 to 8 weeks old, chicks will start to show interest in roosting. This is when their natural instincts kick in, telling them that sleeping up high is safer than being on the ground where predators could reach them. If you've raised them in a brooder, you might notice them testing out small perches, jumping up and down as they learn how to balance. Once little chicks are integrated into the main flock, they begin watching the older chickens. Chickens are great at learning from one another, and when young birds see the adults heading to the roost at night, they start following along. At first, they might struggle. Some will hop up but lose their footing, while others might still huddle on the floor, unsure of what to do. But over time, they get the hang of it. Some backyard chicken keepers give their young birds a little encouragement by placing them on the roost at night, showing them where they should sleep. Others use lower training perches to help them practice. Either way, by the time they are fully feathered and confident in their movements, they will naturally make their way to the roost at dusk, just like the rest of the flock. Over time as a chicken keeper, you'll start to recognize these buddy relationships among chickens. You'll see the same pairs or small groups always sticking together, both during the day and at night. You'll notice which ones can't seem to settle in until their buddy is next to them, and you'll even see small signs of affection, gentle preening, soft clucks, or simply resting their bodies against each other. It's a reminder that chickens don't just rely on instinct alone. They learn through experience, observation, and time. Eventually, little chicks that once huddled in a pile on the ground will be jostling for the best roosting spots, settling in for the night, just like the older birds they once watched and followed. It's a fascinating thing to watch because it shows that chickens aren't just mindless farm animals. They have real friendships, strong bonds, and social structures that shape their daily lives. Roosting isn't just about sleeping. It's about trust, companionship, and feeling safe. And if you pay attention, you'll see just how much these little rituals mean to them. Thank you for watching.